We've been walking around the streets, seen a lot of rubble, a lot of power lines, and definitely a lot of buildings and homes and beloved businesses that have broken down. There's also a kind of morning where I had to definitely be pulling out this snow scraper. It's a very familiar sound. When reflecting back on it, the office has come a long way since its founding last summer. This is definitely not the norm as far as how many people are showing up tonight. We've heard that there is different support coming out in the face of the termination of the police chief. This is usually the slow season for other caves in the area. The sign behind me says they're hibernating until spring, but that's actually no longer the case since that government shutdown. Now it looks like a quiet street on a chilly day, but that summer night is something the family says they're not soon forgetting. Lots of people streaming through. We're singing a couple Christmas carols.
We are. We're not singing them well, but we are singing
loud
them.
and proud.
Right.
Tonight, breaking news, officials are responding over in Allen County. We're told a tree has fallen on a pickup truck, and we have learned that the driver has died. 13 News reporter Brandon Jarrett is live at the scene. Brandon, what do you know at this time?
Madison, yes, some very devastating news out of Allen County.
Here in our hometown, Western Kentucky University says they're changing their spring break plans in light of the continued development of COVID-19. Stateside Governor Andy Beshear says Kentuckians need to get used to living differently, at least for the next few months. Just under 2 hours remain until the polls will close this evening, and the highest profile race, of course, being the one for Kentucky's governor. We are celebrating decades of spirit over on the Hill. WKU's homecoming parade is starting in just an hour. We've got 13 News reporter Allison Baker down at the starting line before the action gets started. Reaction in South Central Kentucky, both online and in person.
I cried. I thought at first it was a joke, and then called them and they said, no, you have to pay this.
Hundreds of customers received their Atmos energy bill with numbers that are hard to swallow.
They said the meter readers, they haven't been reading them right.
Her recent gas bill was unlike anything she'd seen before.
The past due amount, which is for the month of March, is $728.13. The total balance for March and April is $1,021.08.
And now she's expected to pay up.
This right here is more than my house payment and all my bills combined.
Gas, of course, isn't only found in homes. In Glasgow, at a local consignment boutique, Monica Perkins shared their shock.
Ours was like probably triple the normal bill. It's really a struggle for a small business to get an astronomical bill like that, just out of nowhere.
She says the company has been working with people and taking payments, but progress sure feels slow.
It will be, I'm sure, sometime over the summer when there's actually no gas bill due that we will be able to completely pay it off.
There's other ways they could have went about it. They sprung this on all of us. There was no email, nothing. It was just open up our mail one day and this.
Atmos says when they found issues, they've reached out to customers proactively.
Now, I'm not saying we reached out to everybody.
He says the meters of at least 350 customers were underread.
We know it was our human error that caused it. We do apologize. We are sorry for it for those customers.
He says they have new safeguards now so that the problem isn't repeated.
We put things in place to where there's a higher level and a higher emphasis on monitoring those reads to make sure that what comes back and what ultimately gets billed to the customer is reflected in an accurate bill.
But for those being left with less money in their wallet,
We feel like that small businesses and the local people in Glasgow have been penalized over someone else's mistake.
I get that they need their money. I get that we use the gas. I understand that. It's just not really good business how they're going about this.
reporting for 13 News, I'm Madison Martin. It's something no kid wants to see. Their school playground closed. The reason?
The fire department and police department responded to a fire on the playground behind Greenville Elementary.
An extensive fire set on the jungle gym.
So this was where the spiral slide was. And of course, it's completely gone.
Along with visibly damaging a drawbridge and another slide.
We were just very fortunate that our first responders responded as quickly as they did, because as you can tell, this could have even been a lot worse.
Police believe 3 teens from the area had poured nail polish remover on the equipment and set it on fire with a cigarette lighter.
I don't know if kids are bored and looking for something to do, or I'm not really sure how they get ideas like this.
So Monday, school staff worked at estimating the damage while kids were left with no recess. With things definitely getting warmer, it could seem like it's the worst time of the year to happen.
The students are ready to be outside to play and enjoy the playground.
However, an event like this, one that some have called appalling, can also demonstrate a community's ability to roll with the punches.
Well, it's upsetting, but we try not to have the kids' whole lives disrupted by just a senseless act like that.
The owner of a dance studio in Greenville stepping up to help get the children stepping outside.
I just came to exercise with the kids today, get them a little fresh air. They're probably upset like the parents are.
This is just a great example of our wonderful community support. Miss Melanie offered to come out and give the kids some physical activity outside, and we just really appreciate it very much.
Just like that sunshine today, it was a brighter moment at Greenville Elementary. And it's hoped that tomorrow, although with limited equipment, recess could resume. Reporting in Greenville, I'm Madison Martin, 13 News.
When Mammoth Cave National Park comes to mind, you're probably inclined to think about what's going on under the ground. Well, this week, the park is especially focusing on what's just beneath the surface.
It takes plenty of oxygen and long hours to move mussels away from the area around the Green River Ferry.
In some river systems, you can go and you'll be lucky if you ever find 20 species in the whole river.
But here in just this one spot, divers and biologists have come across 2 endangered types, at least 25 species altogether, and in total to the tune of at least 2,000 mussels.
We're going to keep looking until we quit finding them.
It's all in preparation for upcoming construction to the crossing this summer.
By extending our ramps, it's going to allow us to operate when the water level gets to these lower levels, and when we normally have to shut down, we'll be able to remain open.
A new ferry will allow for more weight to be carried as well.
We're not just a cave park. We like to somewhat say we're 2 parks in one. We've got the underground park and then the above ground.
Freshwater mussels, not the kind you'd find in a restaurant.
They're probably not very good to eat.
But they play an important role to the river's health.
They're what people consider an indicator species. They indicate the health of your river. They're like, some people like to say, the canary in the coal mine. Mussels they're basically your filtration system of the river.
One after another, they collect the mussels in the bags. When the day is done, the team sorts them out by species and records the numbers. They'll keep doing that for the next couple days as they explore the other side.
Mammoth Cave says they'll be starting the construction project mid-June, which will mean the ferry will be closed. They plan to have it completed mid-November.